Hi, I'm Miss Connie, and you're watching Storytime with Miss Connie. I want to thank all you boys and girls and parents for joining me today. We're going to have a wonderful time reading great books, and I want everybody to know that the books I'm reading, except for one special one, were all taken from the Prince George's County Library in Bowie. And so if you want to read these books, I encourage you to go to the library and pick them up, and you can read them all by yourself. But we're going to read them together today. Won't that be fun? So anyway, I want you to meet my little friends. I got my little kitty cat here, and I got my little doggie. And my doggie loves to say hi. Let's see if he can say hi. Hello? Are you there? Hello? I love you too, and I love you too. Isn't that fun? They're going to help me read, but they're going to watch over my shoulder while I read. Okay, we're going to start with a great book. Now, I remember the story when I was little, very long time ago. This is a story about a chicken, and it's called Chicken Little. Anybody remember? You parents probably remember Chicken Little. So I saw this book and I said, you know what? I think this would be a great book to read. So let's read it. This Chicken Little is retold and illustrated by Stephen Kellogg. This is such a story from a long, long time ago, probably before I was born, which is all not that long ago, really. Okay, this is Chicken Little. He's out on the farm. This is a very interesting story. Okay. Poultry coming, announced Foxy Loxy as he spotted Chicken Little skipping down the road. That little featherhead will make a tasty chicken salad sandwich, he chuckled. See the fox right there? And there's Chicken Little prancing down the road. Oh my, he's getting ready. Got to watch out for Chicken Little or the fox. But before Chicken Little got close enough for Foxy Loxy to pounce, an acorn fell from an oak tree and hit her on the head. That must have hurt. See the oak tree, and there's Chicken Little, and that got that big old acorn on her head. Her cries were heard by Henny Penny. "What's the matter?" she asked. "The sky is falling," cried Chicken Little. "A piece of it hit me on the head." Henny Penny was horrified. "Call the police," she cried. "The sky is falling! The sky is falling!" Now, do you believe that? Sky's falling. Look at that. Okay, well, Chicken Little evidently believed it. That hen has a plump pair of drumsticks, observed Foxy Loxy, and they'll be mighty tasty southern fried. He was about to charge forward and capture the two chickens when the clamor reached Ducky Lucky. "What's all this crackling about?" he demanded. "The sky is falling," cried Henny Penny. "A piece of it hit Chicken Little on the head." "This is terrible," squawked Ducky Lucky, and together the three birds wailed, "Help! Police! The sky is falling." Look at that. The sky is falling. Like all together. They're crazy. They're going nutso. Foxy Loxy shivered with greed when he imagined how delicious Ducky Lucky would taste, simmered in spices and sauce. See, he's there. He's dreaming of that poor ducky. "Help! Police! The sky is falling." But before he could spring from his hiding place, the cries of the group were heard by Goosey Lucy and Grousling Gilbert. Oh, my goodness. They're all getting in on the tail here. "What luck!" whispered the fox. "I'll toast the bite-sized one as soon as I get home, and I'll pop the fat one into the freezer until Christmas." There he is, trying to stuff her into the freezer. "The sky is falling." Look at that. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. Foxy Loxy almost fainted with delight when Turkey Lurkey came running across the fields. "That's my Thanksgiving feast," he chuckled. "This is the luckiest day of my life." He was about to pounce on his victims when suddenly he realized it was 6 against 1. And that turkey and goose looked like pretty tough birds, he murmured. Look, see, the turkey's got its weights and the duck has got its karate outfit on. I'll avoid a scuffle by outsmarting those foolish fowl. There's the pole. I think look what he's doing. He's taking the poultry truck and putting ice on it so it says police. So look at that. Pole, ice. Isn't that silly? You don't spell police like that. Okay, anyway. Disguising his truck and himself, he approached the group and announced, "Officer Loxy at your service, folks. What seems to be the problem?" "The sky is falling," chorused the birds. "A piece of it hit me on the head," added Chicken Little. They're all there screaming and yelling. "This is an emergency," declared the fox. "Into the truck, and I'll take you directly to headquarters." So look at this. They're all getting into the truck. This looks very ominous, doesn't it? My goodness. Okay, let's see what happens. Suddenly, as she looked more closely at the fox, Chicken Little remembered the wanted poster she had seen in town. See, there's the wanted poster. There's Chicken. See, Chicken Little there, see? Look at them. Oh, my God. "It's Foxy Loxy," she shrieked. "Run for your lives!" The birds tried to escape, but Foxy Loxy threw Chicken Little into the truck and locked the door. Look at that. Oh, my gosh, those poor birds. What do you think is going to happen? Oh, my goodness. Before driving off, the fox couldn't resist reading the recipes he had selected for each of his captives. And as for that nonsense about the skies falling, she sneered, "This is what beamed the dim-witted chick." See the acorn he's holding? That dim-witted chick. He called her a dim-witted chick. With a triumphant laugh, he hurled the acorn skyward, jumped into the truck, and cried, "On to the kitchen!" I don't know. The acorn soared above the treetops and lodged itself in the propeller gears of a Sky Patrol helicopter piloted by Sergeant Hippo Hefty. Look at that. There's Sky Patrol. Hip Police. That's cool. The gears jammed, the propeller stopped turning, and the helicopter plunged toward the earth. There's plunging, and there's Hippo Hefty. He's got a parachute, which is good for him. That's lucky. The falling helicopter crashed into the cab of the poultry truck. Foxy Loxy leaped from the wreckage, screaming, "The sky is falling! The sky is falling!" Look at this mess. Look at this mess. Oh, my goodness. Look at the police, the poultry cars, trucks over here, the helicopters over here, and all the poultry, the duck and the goose, the turkey, and everybody's running this way, and there's Foxy Loxy going in that way. Everybody's confused. "Stop that thug," cried the birds. Sergeant Hefty flattened the fleecing fox. "You're under arrest," he announced. Look at him sitting on that fox. Look at that. "You mean I'm under a fat hippo?" snapped Foxy Loxy. There's all the duck and the little duck and the goose and the turkey. During his trial, Foxy Loxy insisted that he was innocent, but the judge sent him to prison on a diet of green bean gruel and weed juice. Oh my goodness, doesn't that sound weird? On her way home, Chicken Little recovered the acorn. She planted it next to her coop. Look at that. She's planting it. Isn't that cute? I like that. Look, see there? Isn't that cute? She's planting it. You wonder what's going to happen with an acorn that you plant in the ground? What do you think's going to happen? Oh, look what happened. Years later, when the acorn had grown into an oak tree, her grandchildren loved to snuggle beside Chicken Little and listen to her adventure. Look at that. Look how big that little acorn. And there is another acorn coming down. And gonna look at her. She's sitting there with her little grandkids. Isn't that cute? That is so cute. The end. Oh my goodness. That was such a wonderful book. You know, I like it when there's happy endings, because I don't like animals getting hurt. That bothers me. I think we should all be very kind to all the animals. And I don't know what was wrong with Foxy Loxy. He was just a bad boy, a bad fox. But anyway, this is Chicken Little, retold and illustrated by Stephen Kellogg. And I hope you kids out there will go to the library and maybe read it. It's very, very cute. I like it. Now, what else do you think we should read? I think I have a few things here. What do you think we should read, huh? You good boy? You a good boy? I know. And he's wagging his tail. I love you too, and I love you too. Okay, I've got to get another book out. I think we're going to do, whoa, kitty, kitty, kitty. Let me sit you back up here. Now stay there. I know you want to come sit with me, but you got to stay there. Okay, this is good. This is a cute book. Pete the Cat. I love my white shoes. Pete the Cat. Whoop, Pete the Cat, Pete the Cat. Pete the Cat. I love my white shoes. This one is story by Eric Litwin, a.k.a. Mr. Eric. Art by James Dean. He's got white shoes. Oh, nice. Did I say socks? I'm sorry. White shoes. I don't have my glasses on. White shoes. Look at his got white tennis shoes. Have you ever tried to put shoes on a kitty? I know when it rains, I'll put shoes on my doggie because their feet get really wet. And especially, you know, like in the snow and the ice, I put shoes on them to protect them from the salt that the trucks come around and they put on the street. It's always good to put shoes, try to put shoes. Some dogs don't like it. But if you can't put shoes on your doggies when you're walking with the snow and the ice and the salt, then make sure you have a little washcloth or a bucket, a little tub of water to dip their feet in. Oh, and because salt can hurt a dog if it is ingested, so we want to make sure that that doesn't happen. Okay, this one is, look at the shoes up here. That's very cute. Okay, Pete the Cat. I love my white shoes. Story by Eric Litwin. All right. Pete the Cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang their song. What in the world kind of song could a white shoe sing? This is going to be very interesting. Okay. I know last time we sang Row, Row, Row Your Boat. I have no idea how this one goes. How about this? I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. Okay. Okay, that sounds good. I think that's good. Anybody else want to sing that one? Okay, and then we go up. Oh, no. Pete stepped in a large pile of strawberries. Look at that big pile of strawberries. What color did it turn his shoes? What color do you think it turned his shoes? What do you think? Do I hear anybody saying it? Do I hear it? I think you're right. Red. It turned them red. Well, strawberries are red. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Everything is cool. Does he sing that? What do you think he's going to sing? Let's sing along the cool cat. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I know, everybody better be singing with me. Oh no, Pete stepped in a large pile of blueberries. Look at all those blueberries. I like blueberries. They're really good for you. They're tasty and they're good. What color did it turn his shoes? Does anybody know out there what color blueberries would turn your shoes? What do you think? It's blue. You're right. Blue. His shoes are now blue. They were white. Now they're blue. Did Pete cry? No, goodness no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Awesome. He was happy, I think. So shall we sing along? I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. There he is. And it's raining. And there's his friend. That's his friend, I guess. Ducky Wucky. Here, Ducky Wucky. Ducky Wucky with Pete. Okay. Oh, no. Pete stepped in a large puddle of mud. Mud? Mud? Ooh. What color did it turn his shoes? Does anybody know what color mud would turn his shoes? Do I hear it? Do I hear it? Do I hear it? Yes, you're correct. Brown. Brown shoes, they look quite neat, don't they? Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Groovy. He's very, very good. Shall we sing along? I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. He's got his coffee, too. He's got his brown shoes. He's cool looking. He's relaxing with his cup of coffee or tea. I like tea. I don't drink coffee. I drink tea in the morning. Okay. Oh, no. Pete stepped in a bucket of water. Uh-oh. And all the brown and all the blue and all the red were washed away. There's that birdie. He must be his friend, Pete's friend. So what color were his shoes again? What color do you think his shoes were again? If all those colors were washed off? Anybody guess? Shall I turn the page so we all can see? Ready, ready, ready? White! But now they were wet. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Rock and roll. It's like rock and roll is here to stay. Everybody knows. Okay, shall we sing along? I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. Look at that. It's squeak, squeak. Did anybody have wet shoes? I remember having wet tennis shoes, and they squeak, 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 squeak when you walk. You could always hear you coming when you had wet shoes. That was funny, isn't it? And he's all squeaking all over the place. He looks happy, though. The moral of Pete's story is, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song. I like that. Look, he's got a white shoe, and a blue shoe, and a brown shoe, and a red shoe. So the moral is, no matter what you step in, you keep on walking and singing your song because it's all good. I like that because it is all good. Just because you get something that's a little different and you're not expecting doesn't mean it's not good. So this is a great book. I really like that one. Pete the Cat. This was from the library too. So if you want to go read it again to your parents, which would be fun, I bet you they'd like it, go to the library, pick it up. It's a really cool book. Now, I have, before we go any further, I have a special book. This one didn't come from the library. This one came from a friend of mine. My friend has a friend. She's a very good friend of mine. My friend has a friend. And this was her first book. She just finished writing it. And she's very proud of it. And I'm very proud of her. So is my friend. And I'd like to share this with you because this is so wonderful. This is the Wheelbarrow Puppy Club. And the story is by Christina Valenti. And it's illustrated by D.M. and Eason. This is her first book. This is the very first edition. And I'm very proud to read it to you today because I think it's wonderful for somebody to be able to write a book, a children's book. It's great. Okay, this author, and I want to get involved in this a little bit more, this author supports the work of the Humane Society of the United States. Contributions can be made online to the Humane Society. So you go on the web and look up humanesociety.org and donate. And she really supports the animals, which is what I support. I always support that. So, dedication. Now I want to read this too because this is very important. Life can be a great adventure if you take chances and allow change. Through change, inspiration that was once lost can be found again. It can be found anywhere, even in a puppy. To Varley, and of course, to my family and friends who have always loved me, believed in me, and laughed with me. See, so if you have a dream or a goal, don't worry, just keep on plugging, because if you aim for the moon, you're bound to land on a star. So you just keep on trucking. Okay, so let's read the book. This is a very exciting book. The sun had disappeared, alerting the puppies that it was time for work. 8 homeless, unloved puppies were scooped up and tossed into their wheelbarrow. The puppies were not given names. They were only given numbers. San, meaning 3 in Chinese, and Wu, meaning 5, had been working to find a home since the beginning of fall. Look at them. They're all sitting there, and there's the guy with the wheelbarrow. Okay. A dusty sheet was placed over the puppies, and the wheelbarrow was tied to the back of a bicycle. The puppies were taken down a long, rocky path leading into China's bustling capital city of Beijing. The wheelbarrow was parked on a busy street corner. The sounds of horns beeping, people talking, and bicycle bells ringing prevented the puppies from sleeping. The scent of meat and vegetables being cooked by street vendors tickled their noses and teased their hungry bellies. And the cold, harsh wind ruffled their fur, indicating that winter was near. See, this is all in China, in Beijing. So there are the puppies in the wheelbarrow, and there they are. They're back there behind the bicycle. Oh, actually, no, they're here, right here. I thought they were over there. I missed that. Okay. The sun had been gone for many hours, and 3 puppies had been bought. The night was almost over. San and Wu believed that they were destined for a winter in the wheelbarrow. Wu believed that San, whose bright white fur stood out in the dark, was sure to be picked next. They nuzzled close together to stay warm, and there they are. Very cute. Suddenly, 2 cold hands pulled Wu away from San and lifted her from the wheelbarrow. An unfamiliar man and woman were smiling at her. "Do you like this brown one, or do you like that white one?" the woman asked. "I like the brown one," the man replied. Wu was sad, but soon realized that she was the brown one. See the brown one there? There's the woman looking at her. Wow. The woman placed Wu into her bag and zipped it shut. She bobbled around in the bag as the couple walked across the city and into their apartment. The man lifted Wu out of the bag. "You need a name," he said. Wu had always wanted to be more than a number. She wanted a real name. Your name is Varley. You are named after the goalie on my favorite hockey team, so you better be tough," he said. She didn't know what hockey was, but she knew she was tough. She was no longer Woo. She was Varley. That's cute. See the little puppy? It's very cute. Oh my goodness, look at that silly dog. Got his foot in the water dish. Varley trotted towards a large red dog bowl full of food. She had never seen so much food. She dug her nose into the food, gobbled it up, and licked the bowl clean. Varley had been so excited to eat that she hadn't noticed that the other half of the bowl had water in it. She removed her paw from the water and lapped that bowl dry too. Boy, she was probably hungry and thirsty. Then her parents scooped her up and brought her to a new room. She was still very happy until cold water drenched her fur and trickled into her eyes. She squirmed and ducked, trying to escape bath time. When the bath was over, she tried to shake all of the water off, drenching the bathroom. Her parents laughed as they dried her with the towel. Look at that. She's soaking wet. Look at all the water dripping off of her. Later, Varley snuggled into bed and her parents stroked her clean fur. Her new mom kissed her on the head. "Good night, Varley." Varley, who now had a name and a family, finally knew what it felt like to be loved. Winter in Beijing was cold and dreary. Varley was not healthy enough to play outside, so she spent the winter months watching movies, listening to music, and watching sports with her parents. She especially liked watching hockey with her dad. Varley enjoyed daytime, but when the sun had set, she would think about sand. She was thankful for her new life, but she missed her friend. Now, I can't finish the rest of this because we're running out of time, so I'm going to finish this book the next time I get to see you. But right now, and I want to let you know, I'm going to finish this next time, so please join us. So I want to let you know that it's now time to get my magic glasses on because it's time to say goodbye. I hate to say goodbye because we always have such a good time. So let me see if I can get my glasses on. Okay, are we ready? All righty. I see Dina. Dina, you've been a good girl. Jimmy, you've been so good doing your homework. And Jenna, you've been playing really good with your friends. Juanita, you've been sharing really good. I am very proud of you. Keith, keep up the good work and keep trying to ride that bike. I know you can do it. Carol and Jason and Debbie, you've all been wonderful kids. Jeffrey, you've been a good boy. You've been doing everything, your chores, and I really think that all you kids out there have been doing a wonderful job. And please take care of your pets because they are very, very precious. Please be kind to them. And if you haven't, make sure your parents know that it's always very important to spay and neuter your pets because we want to prevent more homeless animals, and they are a cause for pause. Thanks for watching Miss Storytime with Miss Connie. I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.